Hello, I'm Chantal Mo'onga. Thank you for watching Southern Connections Studio Edition for March 2013. Last month saw conference personnel embark on a Southern Roadshow, culminating in a regional meeting in Invercargill. The tour is an important opportunity to meet with local churches, present reports, discuss plans, answer questions, provide resources, and monitor the progress of the church across South New Zealand. The regional meeting brought together members from Dunedin, Clinton and Invercargill for a day of worship and fellowship. A combined lunch was held at Southland Adventist Christian School. The worship service featured the baptism of Michelle Muir by Pastor Victor Kulikov, who returned as guest speaker for the day. Michelle is one of 34 new members to join the Invercargill Church in the last year. A highlight of the day was her personal testimony. The conference executive committee held its first meeting of the year in Invercargill, which included a forum with members, reports from local churches, and a visit to the Invercargill Church's Bainfield Park residential care facility. The facility has more than 50 beds and is currently rebuilding 10 rooms in what is the last of the original Karatani Hospital wings. Bainfield Trust contributes more than $250,000 annually to support community, school and church-related ministries. General Secretary Paul Devine reported a baptised membership of 2,090 with an average weekly attendance, including children and visitors, of 1,360. South New Zealand Conference is comprised of 19 organised churches with 6 recognised groups and companies. Chief Financial Officer Bridget Petty's interim 2012 financial report saw the conference ahead of its annual budget with a projected $100,000 surplus prior to reserve transfers. This reflected a steady increase in tithe and proceeds from Pascoe Park despite a number of unexpected expenses. Despite steady increases in giving, gross tithe returns indicate an average income of $10,000 per member per annum, suggesting that many members do not return a faithful or regular tithe. Tithe accounts for approximately 2/3 of South New Zealand Conference annual income. According to General Conference guidelines, at least 55% of tithe must be used on frontline workers and evangelism. In 2013, South New Zealand will direct 79% of tithe towards field staff and evangelism. In keeping with its global mission as a church, a further 20% of gross tithe enables the Union Conference, General Conference and its divisions to fund projects and provide resources and administrative support. The operation of the South New Zealand Conference Office is funded from non-tithe sources.
Financial stewardship is both a practical and a spiritual matter. And the positive result for 2012 not only reflects God's blessing of His church but also the faithfulness of our members. In practical terms, we're seeking to maximise the resources that have been entrusted to us in fulfilling the mission of the church by focusing on the needs that we have in the field, by increasing the effectiveness of our ministries, and also by embracing new opportunities. On behalf of South New Zealand Conference, I want to thank you for your continued faithfulness and support in returning your tithes and offerings. May God bless you.
To our campgrounds now. The Pascoe Park sewer upgrade is nearing completion and will triple the park's effluent capacity, provide connection to all powered caravan sites and alleviate demand on amenities at camp time. 21 new powered sites have been established with an extension of the ring road. Council approval for up to 10 self-contained studio cabins is also pending. Demand for short-term and alternative accommodation has pushed occupancy rates up, contributing to a profit at Pascoe Park and assisting the overall operation of the conference. Plans are being finalised to repair the old youth hall and replace all existing children's divisions. Subject to completion of those works, Big Camp will proceed in 2014. To Mount Hutt now. Following a restructuring last year and the appointment of a volunteer caretaker, Aaron McLeish, the management team reports solid forward bookings. The goal is to see Mount Hutt operating as a financially self-sufficient ministry by the end of 2013. Current work is focused on campus improvements, routine maintenance, and the upgrade of activity equipment. Junior and teen camps will be held at Mount Hutt during the April school holidays. Application and payment can be made online at snzyouth.adventist.org.nz. In other news, steady progress is being made in repairing earthquake-affected churches, with some sites approaching resolution. At Rangiora, minor repairs of the church will soon be completed and a decision by members regarding the strengthening or replacement of the hall is pending. Despite a number of setbacks, Bishopdale is embarking on the final stages of repair and strengthening work. Ilam Church is taking the opportunity to renovate and refurbish its hall and Sabbath school rooms as part of required strengthening work. Aranui, St Albans and St Martin's have been written off as total constructive losses, necessitating the replacement of those facilities. The conference will be leading discussions to help ensure the re-establishment of viable congregations moving forward. The Samoan Church and preschool at Addington require some further repairs that will have minimal impact on their operations. A similar situation exists with Papanui Church and its hall. Ashburton Church has decided not to proceed with repairs given the high cost of additional strengthening work. A Thanksgiving reunion service was held last year with the closure of the facility imminent. The church intends to meet in the local Baptist church until a permanent home can be found. Timaru Church is considering the cost of repairs to damage caused by subsidence, which will not be covered as part of earthquake-related insurance work. While Oamaru Church has reported that their church meets council requirements and no further strengthening work is required. In evangelism news, plans are well underway for the 2013 Urban Evangelism Initiative in Christchurch. A recent week of regional meetings held in Christchurch was an opportunity to renew the church's commitment to Christ and his mission. In addition to devotional messages by Jean-Noel Adeline, Dr. John Shapashik presented seminars on Adventist heritage and the beliefs which inform our mission today. Garden City Fellowship, which has launched a satellite congregation at Hornby, recently ran a Master Your Life series, with more than 100 interested community members attending workshops over the weekend. About 20 people are registered for the weekly follow-up sessions. A 17-part follow-up seminar, Big Questions for God, was also presented by popular Adventist preacher Pastor David Asherick and has attracted 75 non-members. Funding from the church's South Pacific Division has provided a number of Bible workers to assist with the REACH 2013 initiatives, as well as the Hornby Church plant, which will serve Christchurch Southwest Growth Corridor. Local churches and the conference are also making significant contributions. However, the steering committee is still seeking personal donations and sponsorship to meet its advertising budget with an aim to raise a further $150,000 for the Urban Evangelism Initiative.
REACH 2013 is more than just a public outreach campaign. It's an opportunity for the churches of Christchurch to work together to develop a city-wide discipleship and outreach strategy. During this year, we'll be conducting training for our members, revival in our churches, serving our community, connecting with people in the lead up to a series of 4 simultaneous outreach campaigns that will be conducted by public evangelists, Pastor Gary Webster, Pastor Jean-Noel Adeline, and Pastor Oliver Dean from American Samoan. The series is entitled The Last Empire and presents our end-time message in the context of the everlasting gospel.
Evangelism in rural and regional centres is also on the agenda. The Adopt a Town strategy has received a significant injection of global mission funding from our regular mission offerings. This has enabled the conference to engage the full-time services of Katie Snyder to coordinate, train and lead evangelistic initiatives in 50 small towns. The project is designed to empower church members to take an active role in the mission of the church. Finally, Christchurch Adventist School has successfully passed its Education Review Office appraisal. The findings highlighted the distinctive special character which permeates the school program. In 2012, all Year 12 and 13 students attained national standards, with all Year 13 students gaining university entrance. The 2013 enrolments are up on the same time last year and steady from the end of 2012. It is expected that enrolments will grow further during 2013. Footsteps Christian Community Preschool has also received a glowing report with the Education Review Office citing high-quality teaching practices, strong sense of belonging, and the Christian philosophy at the foundation of all planning that underpins learning and centre operations. A new chaplain and youth worker has been appointed to serve in Grants Road. Azalea Ray has served as a youth pastor and has specialised chaplaincy training. She takes the place of Byron and Tracy Ling, who served Cass and the Grants Road ministry for the past 7 years. Thank you for joining us for the March edition of Southern Connections. I'm Chantal Mo'anga, wishing you God's blessing and hoping to see you again next time.